All right, welcome everybody to another Okie trade study session, and we have a really good one on our hands. Today wasn't a big green day for me by no means, but a lot of great study material. And if you watched last study session, you would have seen me kind of hyped up about like the stair steppers, and there was a couple of good ones. But funny thing is, I forgot to put the best example of the day on the study session. So we're going to start off with that one. And that one was STI. So this was yesterday, 3/11/24. And this is what really got the stair steppers going again, right? So we see a stock in the 80 cent level make a move up to $1. And then it holds this nice tight sideways action. And this was all over VWAP. And it had another nice little setup right there. And then also right here, and then probably end up cutting for a solid winner. You cut break even, small loss on that one, and two good winners there, right? Well, then the thing resets up. It pulled two VWAP, spikes off of it. There's an entry. There's an entry. You get this big move, you just sell into it. And then here, since it was just a straight spike up off the lows, we're not taking any of these entries up here. But right here, super clean. What happens? You get a big move, holds up, you get another one. And this type of entry right here showed you that this entry was for certain an add. Can you notice how they're very similar? And then you get this insane move up. You could add right here. I probably wouldn't. 1, 2, 3. Wouldn't add again, but you could. 4, and then you just sell. So even if I'm not adding, if it's a potential add spot that I'm passing on, I'm pretending I would have added. And then, I've obviously after the fourth one, if you've been watching the sessions, I want to sell. After the fourth entry, that is. Then after that, I'm not looking at any of these entries up here because it's too overextended from this $1 level. But I bring this up for one, because I forgot to put it in the last session, and two, was the best runner of the day and was a stair stepper. So go back and rewatch yesterday's action and then um, realize all that good stuff had this combined with it too. So there was that. And then today I wanted to also talk about the swing trade that I'm in. Why am I in this trade? For one, it's a multi-month breakout here over 216, and I'll have the line drawn on the chart. For two, it has this like multi-year breakout coming up here. And three is basically the same kind of idea as NVIDIA, where NVIDIA gets a big spike up, and after NVIDIA spikes up, you get this continued move, right? So we get this big spike up and then this multi-day breakout. And as they say, all rising tides or all tides help rise all of the ship. Rising tides help rise all the ships. I guess that's how they say it. But anyways, so you see this. This is the leader, right? NVIDIA. And then we also saw soon. So soon, right? Had this gap up and this consolidation zone. And then when NVIDIA broke out to all-time highs again soon, which is basically in the same sector, and it's holding up for a multi-week breakout, and then has this multi-year breakout kind of thing, makes this huge move, and now it's setting up again. So for one, QBTS also was in this consolidation zone, but it pulled back. So my theory was if soon can hold up, because it pulled back with soon, but it didn't break out. So my theory was if soon can hold up and break out again, especially if NVIDIA keeps cruising up, so it Nvidia pulled back, right? And that's why QBTS also pulled back. But this huge Nvidia candle today, on top of the fact that I was just waiting for the $2 break, all of that aligned told me that this was going to be the day for the big breakout. So let's look at the intraday chart. Got long here at 2, and my stop is this multi-day low right here, so 177. But then we got this nice wedge setup, right? With volume wedge. If you don't know about that, we'll talk about that in a minute. And notice how they break at the same time. And you get volume confirmation, so definitely added there to 11. Holds to 11, which is nice. And then amazing close, where closes above the 217 week, multi-month breakout level. So everything is perfect on this setup, and you really couldn't have dialed this one up any better. And I expect it to run at least to 3, could go to 4. So, you could get some really big size, because now my new stop is right here, right? So this entry is a winner no matter what. And now this ad right here is basically tripling my size with a higher risk level. So that kind of breaks down that whole thesis on QBTS. But now let's get into some of the today's stair steppers. So we had ALCE. I actually did take this trade, which was pretty cool. We had this move right from 50 cents up to 60 cents, so it told me that it was strong. Pulls back, and we had the sideways action. So you definitely could have got long there, because look how nice and long the sideways action is. And then you have this potential add right here. So you get 2 nice entries and a huge move up. I missed that move, but check it out. Pulls back, and it reset up, and I took it right there. Only got 1 entry, of course, but I mean, you can't complain. So I was in at, I think I got 63 fill, and I was risking 60 basically. So 3 cents. So I got 3 to, and I made a 10-cent move off a 3-cent risk. It's 3-to-1 risk reward. If I would have got a few more ads, it would have been an even better trade. But 3-to-1 still nothing to sneeze at. It's definitely a solid risk to reward. But again, we're always looking for that 5 to 10-to-1 risk reward. And then you get something like that on ICU, which I just totally missed. My internet was kind of acting stupid. So, right, we get this move, shows us it's strong, 92 cents basically, up to $1. And you kind of get this little sideways action. So there's 3 entries right there if you want, and then you just sell into this parabolic move. And then it pulls back, and you get this setup again. And then you would just probably cut it right there as it fell as that sideways action off of an extension. Then there was this. This is the one I really tried to capture, but my internet was acting stupid. So there's 1 entry, 2 entry, 3 entry, 4 entry. You get that push up. You had better sold it somewhere right there. Otherwise, you're going to have to cut that entry at break even, and you're a winner on all these. So this was a really great stair stepper. Did 3 quality stair steps in one day, so you can't complain about that. We also had ALCE offered up 2 stair steps in one day. Then we also had this one. So it makes a big move, shows us it's strong, pulls back, and then resets up. And what do you know? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 entries always means sell the next push on the same exact candle. So wherever this first candle stalls at, you sell it. This one was a little bit tougher, but it worked. So we see the strength right here, right? 45 to 55. And then you get the sideways consolidation, pops. And you get this nice little sideways action. You could have got long right there, and then you get this huge move up. So what are you risking? 53 versus 52, 1 cent, and it moves up 6 cents. So you get 6-to-1 risk reward on that. It's a great little entry. And then I also took it right. I actually did trade it right here, of course, right? Ended up having to cut it break even. Also took this one, cut break even. And then, of course, my internet's acting stupid right here, and I can't get in, and it works, right? Probably would have cut, like, after it spikes up, pulls back all the way to my entry, and then spikes back up again and acts crazy. It would have just sold right there. And then I don't really see anything else on it. Oh, yeah, right here, your end of day. That's right. Um, so you might have taken this one, and as it pulls back to your entry, just cut it break even, small winner. But you still see it's not breaking down, so I mean, I'm pretty interested in it. And then there's the entry, and then you finally get the winner. What do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, sell the next push. ASLN. So this was from yesterday, but I also want to notice something here that these end of day movers seem to trade really similar. So we had this stock out of nowhere make this, right? This big push on volume. Big push right there, sideways. You buy right there, and then you get this huge move up. You can't add, but obviously you probably, as it comes out of this halt right there, you're probably just going to cut it right there. You just had a good, solid 10 cents, risking 5 cents, I guess. So that's 2-to-1 right there. It looks good. I guess it's not that great. Or am I tripping right here? So we got 85 risking 81, 2. Okay, so 3 cents to make 10 cents. So again, that's 3-to-1. But if you didn't sell there and you were just respecting your risk, it does hold and makes this huge move, right? Well, today that could have clued you in on this, right? Same exact thing. Look, you get this move, this push up, sideways action, and then another push up, sideways action, another push up. Stair steps, right? Out of nowhere. NCNA out of nowhere gets this huge push up, sideways action, buy it right there. And then what does it do? Up again, sideways action, up again, sideways action, up again. Huge victory. So I'm gonna notice that these, or I'm trying to notice, or I did notice, what should I say? I don't know. That since we only get one ad, how far did it go? 80 cents to, let's just say, 160 to make it clean. So that's a 100% move. So this one, your entry would be, well, let's just say from the lows here. So let's just say 35 cents. So we'd be looking for 70 cents for 100% gain. So if you got 45, you're not even looking to get out until 70. So there is that. And since this is a study session, I do want to study what else is working on the day. We actually had some other stuff working. Wow, can you believe it? Not just stair steppers. It's been pretty bad out there, if you ask me. It's pretty much just multi-day breakouts, first bounce days, which are first green days after a huge multi-day mover, or I've been waiting on these wedges to show themselves again. And today we had a couple of them. Now, how these sessions work is I want to see some more wedges tomorrow. If we do, then I'm really excited. If we see 3 days of wedges in a row, then it's a full-on theme, and I'm ready to start trading them day 4 and on. And so, how do we trade wedges? Kind of like a stair stepper. We see a move, shows us its strength, pulls back. You can see the wedge that I've drawn. But what's great about this one, a wedge setup, is for one, it's a low float, high volume. So you've got to have those two things. And then for the third thing is you need a volume wedge. So notice you get the big move up in volume with the big move up on the chart. And then as the volume, As the chart pulls back, so does the volume. And as it spikes, so does the volume. This doesn't happen on every chart. It's a special thing, especially with these low float, high volume wedges. But notice the entry breaks the wedge at the same time as the volume breaks its wedge. And that tells you it's volume confirmation, just like QBTS here. Higher float, but it's a multi-month breakout, so it's trading a lot more volume than normal, so it's trading sort of like a lower float based on the volume. Notice the wedge break, the volume burst, volume confirmation is what I call that. So we had that. We're looking for 10 to 1, 188 versus 181, so we'd want 70 cents. So like 250 is like pretty much 10 to 1, so that works pretty much. And then do we have more? We need to see at least 2 to 3 a day, 2 to 3 days in a row. And here we get another one. It's beautiful too. Look at it. It shows us its strength, but we don't just hop in at any price. No, we wait for the wedge. Pulls back, spikes back up, pulls back. We buy the break of the wedge if it's got a volume wedge and it breaks at the same time with volume confirmation. That tells us to hold for 10 to 1. So if this broke and this just kept staying low volume and never broke, that would tell me to risk break even. That's kind of the scenario on that. And then this one is buying at 360, risking 340. So we would want, so that's 20 cents. We want 10 to 1, so that's $2 target. 20 cents times 10 equals 2. So 360, 560 would be the target. And lo and behold, hits 560. There's another 10 to 1 wedge. Check it out. Shows us the strength, pulls back, spikes up, pulls back. We get the volume wedge. They both break at the same exact time. The entry actually would be down here. You could buy here. So if you bought here, you would actually base your risk to reward off of here. So 220, risking 217. We would want, since 3-cent risk times 10, 30 cents. So 250 would be the target. And obviously we get that pretty easy. Let's see if we can get 10 to 1 on this. So 228, risking 217. No, so we would have to get $1. So, but it almost gets there. I mean, pretty close, like 6 to 1, 7 to 1 on that. But yeah, so a lot of info here and a lot of good stuff, and I'm excited about the market again. So I've been taking it easy the last couple of days because last week was kind of slow, but obviously the market's picking back up, as we can tell. You know, we just let the market prove to us that it's strong, and then we come in the next day ready to go. So all right, y'all. Hope you enjoyed this study session. This is one of my more favorite study sessions since we had swing ideas, multi-month breakouts, stair steppers, and even 10 to 1 wedges. 10 to 1 meaning the potential risk reward that I'm looking for on them. So, all right, y'all. Take it easy. Study up. You might have to watch this one 3 or 4 times. All right. Bye-bye.